Hey, 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 it's Tia, baby. And I am back with another video. So if you hear the air, well, supposedly air, because it's blowing out warm air, I'm in the car, just passing time. So I was like, let me just make a video because a supporter sent me a TikTok of someone explaining the night of Selena's death, and it was told that she had mentioned to a couple of her employees that worked at the boutique that she was meeting Yolanda in the morning. So one of the personnel that she told was the guy that was helping her launch her perfume line. At last name Wong, but it's in the video. So she told him that, I think it was a he or she, but I think it's a he, told him that she was meeting Yolanda the next morning to retrieve the samples, the rest of the samples that of the perfume, because apparently or allegedly Yolanda stole some of the samples for her perfume line. And so she was telling him that she was going to meet her to retrieve them. But of course, you can't really blame this guy, the person that she told. Like, how was he supposed to know that she was going to get killed? I mean, I don't know if he was aware of Yolanda's antics. I don't know if he feared Yolanda, or I'm sorry, I'm drinking something soda, or I don't know if he speculated that she was not all the way there mentally. I'm not sure, so I can't really elaborate on why he didn't come forth and say anything at that time, because maybe he did not know that Yolanda was capable of committing such acts. I don't think a lot of people that knew her didn't know she was capable of doing that. Now, they may have thought something wasn't right with her, but they probably didn't think she was going to actually physically harm her, Selena. So I can't really elaborate on that. But if it's not told, he should have, came forth and said to the family, to her husband, or to authorities that, yes, Selena, I've spoken with Selena the night before, or she passed because she told me that she was going to meet Yolanda to meet her to get the samples. But like I said, I don't know the type of relationship Mr. Wong or Miss Wong had with Yolanda. Now, if he had a close relationship with her, or if he even had some type of a revelation about her, then yes, he should have mentioned it to family or her husband that, I don't know if she told you this, but she's going to meet with Yolanda to get some of the samples. Just wanted you to be aware, just a heads up. But like I said, if he didn't, then maybe he didn't think too much of Yolanda and didn't think that she was capable of doing the things that she did, or maybe he wasn't close with her, so he may have not experienced the antics that other people have experienced with her. So that's with that. Now, there was another person, I think his name was Carlos, but like I said, I don't remember all the names that were mentioned in this video, but you all will know the names because I'm going to play the video right before this video. So that name that heard and saw Selena run away after being shot, run away to get help. Like, this person heard her screaming that she's been shot, and then he heard her say, help me, I've been shot. And then this person I think it was two people that heard her, but the guy that I'm talking about, she ran to him and told him that to lock the doors because they'll shoot me. Now, I heard this saying before, and I did talk about this before in the video. Okay, so if this person, I think his name was Carlos, I could be mistaken, but whatever name that is mentioned that starts with a C, if this is true that he actually heard her say they'll shoot me, my theory is, okay, either two people was in the hotel room, but only one person came out to chase her down. So my theory is that when she was in the hotel room, and this, I'm not saying that this is true, I'm saying my theory, if she did say they'll shoot me, because they will shoot me means there was more than one person. So my theory is that when she met up with Yolanda, my theory is that the doctor was in the hotel room with accompanying Yolanda. Not because she was out messing around with him or nothing. It was all business. Because Yolanda was planning on meeting Selena to retrieve documents. They have already said it. She phone called her, Selena, and said, can you come by and I'll give you the rest of them. That is the reason why. No, actually, no. This is when she went to meet with Yolanda the first night, Friday night. I don't know, either Thursday or Friday night, the 30th, March 30th. She came home and realized that Yolanda purposely did not give her everything that she asked for. So she called Yolanda and told her, you did not give me all of the documents. But Chris was like, we're not going back. It's too late. We'll handle this, another day. Because she was going to go back that same night. And he was just like, we'll get it. We'll handle it later. So she called her. I don't think Chris was around, because Chris did not know that she was going to meet Yolanda the next morning. So she called Yolanda when Chris wasn't around, apparently, and told her that she did not give her all of the documents, and that she would come by and retrieve them the next day. Either Yolanda insisted that she come by the next day to get it, or Selena said she was going to come by the next day to get the documents. And it was all in agreement. But she did not tell Chris. I don't know why she didn't tell Chris. Maybe because Chris said we'll handle it later. I don't know. But she didn't tell Chris, because if she told Chris, Chris would have went with her. So, yeah. So, okay, going back to the two people. So, there was obviously a person, allegedly, in the video, that they heard her screaming, asking for help. They heard all the commotion. They heard what was going on. They heard Yolanda call her B, and all of that. And then the other person saw her run, asking for help, screaming, asking for help, and that they'll shoot. They shot me. I've been shot, and they'll shoot me again. So the person that I'm talking about, that she ran up to, he apparently allegedly she said they'll shoot me again. And so when they say they, that means more than one. So I'm assuming it was the doctor in the hotel room with Yolanda, going over because it was supposed to be a business meeting, meaning they were supposed to she was supposed to retrieve documents for tax purposes, but maybe I'm just assuming that the doctor was there because he's the only other person that is involved in the business. So, and they both have a mutual relationship with Yolanda. So maybe he was in the room. Don't know. I don't know why. Maybe they discussing about. He wanted to discuss about the meeting that Yolanda didn't show up to, because remember in one of the voicemails, there was a voicemail that Selena was left for Yolanda saying that the doctor was reaching out to her and in Monterey, and she was trying to get in contact with Yolanda, but she wasn't answering, and she was saying that they have a meeting on Monday or something, and she was saying, where are you? Because I guess apparently she was supposed to be at that meeting and she never showed up. So that's why I'm assuming the doctor was there to discuss whatever business. But I don't know if he knew that she was going to shoot her. Don't know. But until it was too late, because he was probably there, but then he did not go and chase her because he probably was unaware that Yolanda was going to shoot her until it was too late. Like I said, like she put the gun was on the bed or something. So I'm not sure about that. That's why I said this is all theory to me. I'm not saying this is real, but I feel like he was probably there for business purposes, but did not know that it was going to escalate to where it escalated, and he wasn't trying to get involved in that, and that's probably why he wasn't seen at the outside part when she was being chased by Selena after she was being shot, because he was like, oh no, I got a business to run. I got, I'm a doctor. I have a family. This and this and this. So he probably was like, oh, this went too far. So he probably either stayed in the hotel or went another way. So all they saw was Yolanda, but it was probably actually more than one person in the hotel room. That's my theory. I'm not saying that I don't know if it makes sense. I'm not saying that it's accurate, but that's the only other person that I could think of that was in that hotel room, because it wasn't a dictator, because apparently he was meeting her. He was at the studio because he was supposed to have a meeting with Selena, and Selena apparently forgot about it. Because Chris reached out to her and saying, oh, your dad reached out to me saying that he's waiting for you at the studio because y'all supposed to have like some type of session or meeting. She was like, oh, I forgot. I'll tell him I'll come after my meeting. And she still didn't tell Chris where she was, because she knew that Chris would have went off on her and would have started looking for her. So, I wish he would have told him. I really do wish he would have told him, because he was there the night before and he saw that gun and he didn't know what she was using it for, even though she lied and said it was for protection. But the fact that, if she would have told him, I think he would have, things would have went a different way. But for some reason she did not tell him. I guess because she didn't want him to worry or get anybody else involved or whatever. So she felt like she can handle it herself, because to Selena, Yolanda was her friend, and so, or she was Yolanda's friend, so she felt like she can handle her. I don't know, or tame her somehow. But yeah, so I'm currently waiting for it, because there's a part 2, but I can't access it because I don't have a TikTok account. So I'm waiting for the supporter to send me part 2 so I can elaborate on some more in another video. But that's all I have so far. Tell me what you think in the comment section, because I really do think that's the only other person I can think of that it was a doctor in there, and that he did not know that it was going to escalate to a shootout. So he, either stayed behind or he snuck off elsewhere. But she know that it was 2 people or more than one person in the hotel. That's why she said they'll shoot me, because if it was actually just her and Yolanda, then she would have said she would shoot me. But I don't know. But the person that she ran up to, I don't know. But I know that where she shot her, she suffered a a major artery, or severed a major artery. But I do feel like her running and using up all the excess oxygen made matters worse. I think had she, but I mean, what could she have done? Because she was chasing her, so she was trying to get out the way. She didn't want to get shot again. So I can understand why she ran and she panicked. But I feel like that panic, her panicking, her running, her using her voice and screaming, cause her to lose excess blood, because it's gushing out. It's a hole right there, and then you're running and you're using up all your oxygen, so you're basically losing more blood and more oxygen even more. So I think had she had the opportunity to be saved quicker, she probably would have survived and wouldn't have lost so much blood. I don't, to this day, I don't understand why nobody opened the door for her, because the way the hotel is set up, it's like a little courtyard, so she's surrounded by hotel rooms, and a shot sound is loud. Now, people do panic and don't want to get involved when they hear things like that, because they don't want to, afraid that they may get hit or whatever. So that's understandable. But I'm sure people looked out the window, and I'm sure they noticed that looks like somebody familiar. So I'm just like, why didn't nobody grab her and took her in their hotel room, and locked the door and called the police, and like barricade her somewhere in the hotel and call the police? Granted, Yolanda could have, shot at the door or whatever, but Yolanda is a heavy woman, heavy set woman. I don't think she can run that fast. Obviously, Selena outran her and she was shot, because Selena was much more fit. But I just wish that somebody would have grabbed her, took the risk and grabbed her and took her in the hotel and locked the door, and locked her in a bathroom somewhere and called 911 or something like that. That way she would have saved some blood and probably would have been saved. But nobody did anything. I mean, it's just weird to me. But then again, people are looking out for themselves and they don't want to get involved, and that's also understandable. So it's nobody's fault. But I just wish somebody would have, intervened quicker. But that's all I have so far. Once I get part 2, then I will talk about that part in another video. All right.